And children, tomorrow is our last of the series of the good manners classes. And get...
The casting process for The Cosby Show, which first aired as a television series in 1984, was thorough and deliberate. Bill Cosby, the show's star, was deeply involved in the casting, wanting to ensure the right actors were chosen to bring his vision to life. For the role of Clair Huxtable, Cosby wanted a strong, intelligent actress who could match his on-screen presence. Phylicia Rashad, a stage actress with impressive credentials, was suggested by the show's casting director, and after a few meetings with Cosby, she was cast as Clair. The search for Theo, the Huxtable's only son, was extensive. Hundreds of young actors auditioned for the role, but it was Malcolm-Jamal who stood out. His natural charm and chemistry with Cosby sealed the deal. Lisa Bonet, who played Denise Huxtable, was discovered in a local acting class. Her unique beauty and talent caught the eye of the casting directors, and after several auditions, she was cast in the role. For the roles of the Huxtable twins, Sondra and Denise, Sabrina Beauf and Lisa Bonet were chosen. Beauf, a classically trained actress, brought elegance and grace to the role of Sondra, while Bonet's youthful energy and spirit were a perfect fit for Denise. The casting of Rudy Huxtable, the youngest child, was a bit more complicated. After several auditions, Cosby was still not satisfied. It wasn't until he saw a video of a young girl named Keshia Pulliam that he found his Rudy. Pulliam's infectious energy and natural talent won Cosby over, and she was cast in the role. The chemistry between the cast members was evident from the start. During the audition process, Cosby paid close attention to how the actors interacted with each other. He believed that the chemistry between the cast members was just as important as their individual talents. In the end, the casting of The Cosby Show proved to be a crucial element in the show's success. The actors' natural chemistry and talent, combined with Cosby's vision and leadership, created a television series that would become a cultural phenomenon and a beloved classic.
5 beats a day? 5 beats a day and you'll be fine.
The Cosby Show, a groundbreaking 1980s television series, was brought to life by director Jay Sandrich. Known for his work on other successful sitcoms, Sandrich's approach to The Cosby Show was characterized by a gentle, warm style that highlighted the humor and heart of the Huxtable family. Collaborating closely with Bill Cosby, who starred in and created the show, Sandrich aimed to create a realistic and relatable portrayal of an upper-middle-class African-American family. He drew inspiration from his own experiences and background, as well as from the comedy of Cosby himself. Sandrich's directorial vision was also influenced by his training in the theater and his work on live television. He believed in giving actors the freedom to explore their characters and improvise within the structure of the script. This approach allowed the talented cast of The Cosby Show, including Phylicia Rashad, Lisa Bonet, and Malcolm-Jamal to fully embody their roles and bring the Huxtable family to life. In addition to his work with the cast, Sandrich also collaborated closely with the show's writers, producers, and crew. He was known for his meticulous attention to detail, ensuring that each scene was carefully planned and executed. Despite this, he also encouraged a sense of playfulness and experimentation on set, allowing for a creative and collaborative atmosphere that contributed to the show's success. Sandrich's directorial vision for The Cosby Show was instrumental in shaping the show's lasting impact on television and popular culture. His approach to storytelling, characterized by warmth, humor, and realism, helped to break down barriers and challenge stereotypes, paving the way for future representation on screen.
Christopher Columbus to drive the Staten Island ferry!
The Cosby Show, a popular 1980s TV series, features Bill Cosby as Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable, a loving father and obstetrician. The show revolves around the Huxtable family, their lives, and the comedic situations they often find themselves in. Over its 8-season run, The Cosby Show tackled various social issues while maintaining a lighthearted tone. Did you know that The Cosby Show was the #1 rated show in America for 5 consecutive years? It was a groundbreaking series that demonstrated the success and normalcy of an upper-middle-class African-American family. When did you first watch The Cosby Show? Was it in reruns or when it originally aired? Many of us have fond memories of this show, and we would love to hear your most cherished memory or personal experience related to it. Share your stories and memories in the comments below. As we delve deeper into this series, you'll discover funny, shocking, and even sad facts that you might not have known before. So, keep watching this video to learn more.
I won't be as generous with your grade this time.
Okay, I understand.
Good.
Sorry I'm rushing, but...
The Cosby Show, a popular 1980s TV series, was filmed primarily in New York City. The set design was crucial to creating the warm and inviting atmosphere of the Huxtable home. Art directors paid close attention to details like wallpaper patterns, furniture styles, and artwork to reflect the family's upper middle class status and African American heritage. One notable challenge was filming in New York with its limited soundstage availability and constant street noise. To minimize disruptions, the production team often filmed during early morning or late evening hours. They also soundproofed the sets and used noise cancellation equipment. In terms of innovative techniques, The Cosby Show was one of the first sitcoms to employ a multi-camera setup, which allowed for seamless transitions between different scenes and increased the show's visual flow. This approach also enabled the use of live audiences, enhancing the comedic timing and overall energy of the performances. The series was primarily shot at Kaufman Asteria Studios in Queens, with occasional exterior shots in Brooklyn. The production team faced logistical challenges in coordinating schedules, managing budgets, and ensuring continuity across episodes. Despite these hurdles, The Cosby Show became a cultural phenomenon, leaving a lasting impact on television history.
Can I borrow your lip gloss?
What?
It's winter. Chap lips.
All right, Kenny. I have...
The Cosby Show, which first aired in the mid-1980s, presents a 1950s like innocence with a clean-cut world and upper middle-class families, but with a notable difference: the family is African American. This diversity, along with its non-threatening environment, likely contributed to the show's high ratings. However, the show is not known for its laughs, as the humor is built around Bill Cosby's stand-up comedy style, which lacks the edginess of his off-screen material. As a result, many gags run too long without a satisfying payoff. The child actors in The Cosby Show were newcomers who often read their lines and laughed on stage, which can be distracting. While the show was popular at the time, it has not aged well. Some critics argue that it is average, and that Bill Cosby's earlier work, such as his stand-up comedy and his previous show about a single man and gym teacher, were funnier. The Cosby Show has also been criticized for its portrayal of gender roles. Some viewers feel that the female characters, particularly Clair, are arrogant, stuck-up, and self-righteous, while the male characters are portrayed as weak and subservient. This imbalance has led some to label the show as sexist. Despite its flaws, The Cosby Show was an influential show that paved the way for other African American families to be represented on television. However, for those looking for a more nuanced and realistic portrayal of African American family life, shows like Blackish may be a better choice. Blackish explores racism and interracial dating, which were largely avoided in The Cosby Show, and features complex and flawed characters that are more relatable to modern audiences. In conclusion, while The Cosby Show was an important and influential show in its time, it has not aged well and may not be the best representation of African American family life. For those looking for a more nuanced and realistic portrayal, shows like Blackish are a better choice.
Call, then you were the 5th person to call. Then you were the 11th person to call.
The Cosby Show, a popular 1980s television series, featured a memorable score and soundtrack that complemented the show's narrative and emotional tone. The music was primarily composed by Stu Gardner and Bill Cosby himself, with additional contributions from other musicians. The score was designed to reflect the warm, family-oriented atmosphere of the show. It featured a mix of jazz, R&B, and easy listening music, which were popular genres during the 1980s. The composers used a variety of instruments, including pianos, saxophone, and trumpets, to create a rich and diverse sound. In an interview, Gardner explained that he and Cosby wanted the music to feel like a big, warm blanket that would envelop the viewer and make them feel at home. They achieved this by using gentle, soothing melodies and avoiding harsh or dissonant sounds. The soundtrack also included popular songs from the 1980s, which were often used to punctuate key moments in the show. For example, the theme song, Kiss Me, was a hit single by the group Step by Step. Other artists featured on the soundtrack included Luther Vandross, James Ingram, and Anita Baker. The music in The Cosby Show served several purposes. It helped to establish the show's tone and atmosphere, and it also provided emotional depth and nuance. The composers used music to highlight important moments in the narrative, to underscore the characters' emotions, and to provide commentary on the action. Overall, the score and soundtrack for The Cosby Show were an essential part of the show's success. They helped to create a unique and memorable identity for the show, and they continued to be celebrated by fans and musicians alike.
Well, that was a different wolf.
It's the same story.
In the 1984 TV series, The Cosby Show, several actors playing the Huxtable children were close in age to their characters. Lisa Bonet, who played Denise Huxtable, is just a year younger than Erin Cosby, who played her on-screen sister. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, who portrayed Theo Huxtable, was born a year before Denise Cosby, who played his on-screen brother. Lastly, Tempestt Bledsoe, who played Vanessa Huxtable, was born the same year as Inside Cosby, who played another Huxtable sister. The show has also been credited for its impact on American society. In 2008, Republican strategist Karl Rove stated that The Cosby Show paved the way for America to elect an African-American president. He noted that the show presented an African-American family as America's family, rather than just a black family, making it relatable to all Americans. However, the show has also been associated with controversy. Several guest stars, including Lily Bernard, Helen Selby, and Eden Svendal, have publicly accused Bill Cosby of sexual misconduct on set. Cosby has denied all allegations against him. Despite this, the show remains a significant cultural artifact, with both positive and negative aspects to its legacy.
For another 6 hours. I love the work and I love the kids, but after all these years, I just think I don't have any.
One of the most iconic scenes in The Cosby Show is from Season 2, Episode 16, Theo's Holiday. In this scene, Theo comes home from college for Christmas break, and his father, Cliff, gives him a gift, a brand new sweater. Theo is unimpressed and makes a dismissive comment, which leads to a heartfelt conversation between father and son about responsibility, education, and the importance of family. Director Jay Sandrich expertly frames this scene with a close-up of Cliff's face as he begins to speak, drawing the audience in and emphasizing the emotional weight of the moment. The use of soft lighting and warm colors creates a cozy, intimate atmosphere, making the viewer feel like they are part of the conversation. Bill Cosby's performance in this scene is a masterclass in subtlety and nuance. He delivers his lines with a mix of humor and sincerity, making the audience believe in the authenticity of the moment. Cosby's ability to convey a range of emotions with just a look or a slight change in tone is on full display here. Malcolm-Jamal Warner also shines in this scene, delivering a performance that is both natural and believable. His initial dismissiveness towards the sweater and his growing realization of his father's wisdom are conveyed with just the right amount of teenage angst and reluctance. The impact of this scene on the audience is profound. It is a poignant reminder of the importance of family and the role that parents play in shaping their children's lives. The scene resonates with viewers of all ages, and its message has endured long after the show's finale. In an interview with the Archive of American Television, Jay Sandrich spoke about the significance of this scene, saying it was a very important scene because it showed the relationship between Theo and Cliff. It was a scene that people could relate to, and it was a scene that really showcased Bill's talent as an actor. Malcolm-Jamal Warner also reflected on the scene in an interview with NPR, saying that scene was a turning point for Theo's character. It was a moment where he realized that his father was right, and it was a moment where the audience saw a different side of Theo. It was a powerful scene, and it's one that I'm proud to have been a part of. Overall, the Theo's Holiday scene from The Cosby Show is a perfect example of the show's ability to tackle serious issues with humor and heart. Its impact on the audience is undeniable, and its place in television history is well-deserved.
Coach, one thing. We may run into some of my friends down there.
Phylicia Rashad, known for her role in The Cosby Show, has a mother with an impressive background in poetry and education. Dr. Vivian Elizabeth Ayers was nominated for the Pulitzer Prize in 1952 and was referred to as the Poet Laureate of Texas. Her poem Hawk gained attention from NASA, making her the only poet celebrated by the organization for about 20 years. Vivian worked as an apprentice librarian at Rice University's Fondren Library and became the first African American to be recognized as a full member of faculty in 1965. During the 5th season of The Cosby Show, the theme arrangement was written by James DePriest, an African American conductor of the Oregon Symphony Orchestra. DePriest, who was the nephew of opera singer Marian Anderson and a high school friend of Bill Cosby, conducted the orchestra from 1982. Bill Cosby's son, Enes Cosby, is buried on the Cosby family estate in Shelburne Falls, Massachusetts.
Men in Paris who have broken toes wear these.
They are going to ruin the look of my...
The Cosby Show, which aired from 1984 to 1992, had a significant cultural and social impact. The show resonated with audiences due to its positive portrayal of a successful, loving, and functional African American family, the Huxtables, led by Bill Cosby. This representation was a departure from the stereotypical portrayals of African Americans on television at the time, and provided a more balanced and realistic view of the diversity within American families. The Cosby Show influenced pop culture by popularizing family-friendly television and paving the way for other successful African American family sitcoms such as The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Family Matters. The show's catchphrases, memorable characters, and fashion trends became ingrained in popular culture and are still recognized today. Moreover, The Cosby Show contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes. It addressed issues such as education, gender roles, and racial stereotypes in a way that was both entertaining and thought-provoking. The show's success demonstrated that there was a broad audience for programming that featured African American families and helped to challenge and break down racial barriers in the entertainment industry. In conclusion, The Cosby Show left an indelible mark on television history and American culture. Its impact can still be felt today as it continues to inspire and influence new generations of viewers and television creators.
How long are you there for? 6 hours? Are you kidding? Yeah, she's right here.
In 2014, Bill Cosby faced serious consequences for allegations of sexual abuse, leading to the Navy revoking his title of Honorary Chief Petty Officer and his resignation from Temple University's Board of Trustees. Cosby's co-stars, Earle Hyman and Ethel Ayler, had notable age differences, with Hyman being 11 years older than Cosby and Ayler 14 years older than Phylicia Rashad. Adam Sandler, who played Theo's classmate and friend in 4 episodes, later stated that he was unaware of any misconduct during his time on the show. Earle Hyman, known for playing Cliff's father, had a distinguished career in theater and television prior to his role on The Cosby Show.
No, so we will support each other, like financially and emotionally. It's a little warm.
The Cosby Show, which aired from 1984 to 1992, received widespread critical acclaim for its positive portrayal of an affluent African American family. The show's creator, Bill Cosby, was praised for his nuanced performance as Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable, a loving father and obstetrician. The New York Times hailed the show as a gentle, whimsical, and sometimes hilarious view of a professional family that is black, and a celebration of the middle class.
Oh, Miss Hairston, hi. Come on in, have a seat.
During the 3rd season of The Cosby Show, Phylicia Rashad, who played Clair Huxtable, had limited screen time due to her pregnancy. The show's creators had to get creative, often hiding her pregnancy behind desks when she did appear on screen. Bill Cosby, who played the lead role, was particular about where the show was filmed and insisted on New York City. Wallace Shawn, a well-known actor, was mentioned in the 2015 documentary The Hunt in Connection to The Cosby Show.
Oh, you all can't fool me. Oh, will you look at this there in your bum?
During the filming of The Cosby Show, the set was full of laughter and learning. Bill Cosby, who played Cliff Huxtable, would use his real-life experiences as a father to shape his character. He often improvised his lines, which brought a sense of authenticity and humor that resonated with audiences. The cast members, especially the younger actors, looked up to him as a mentor and learned a lot about comedic timing and delivery during rehearsals. Phylicia Rashad, who played Clair Huxtable, was known for her professionalism and warmth. She created a nurturing environment on set, often helping the child actors with their schoolwork between takes. This close-knit atmosphere made the cast feel like a real family, which translated well on screen. the show's producers were dedicated to portraying positive family values and breaking stereotypes. They worked closely with the writers to ensure that the storylines were relatable and reflected the diversity of experiences within the African American community. Behind the scenes, the crew worked tirelessly to create the iconic Huxtable home. The set designers paid great attention to detail, making sure that the house felt lived in and cozy. From the famous staircase to the colorful living room, every aspect of the set contributed to the show's welcoming feel. The Cosby Show was a groundbreaking series that combined humor with important social messages. It was a place where cast, crew, and viewers alike could find joy and inspiration. The show's success was a team effort, and the bonds formed during its production have lasted a lifetime. The Cosby Show, a popular television series from the 1980s, had its share of notable moments. Bill Cosby, the show star, experienced a personal tragedy when his son, Denise Cosby, was shot and killed in 1997. The series was inspired by I Love Lucy, and initially, Clair, played by Phylicia Rashad, was intended to be a Dominican woman who would speak Spanish when angry. Rashad's fluency in Spanish helped her win the part, and although the idea was eventually dropped, Clair speaks Spanish in a few episodes. The show's catchphrase, "Let the record show," was frequently used by Clair throughout the series' run.
Very nice to see you all behaving so politely to each other.
Thank you.
The Cosby Show, which aired from 1984 to 1992, holds a significant place in television history. It was a groundbreaking series that showcased a positive portrayal of an African-American family, the Huxtables, who were both professional and successful. The show presented a middle-class family with intellectual and cultural pursuits, challenging stereotypes, and broadening the representation of black families on television. The Cosby Show's impact on future filmmaking is evident in the way it paved the way for more diverse representation in media. It demonstrated that shows centered on African-American families could attract a broad audience and be both critically and commercially successful. This realization encouraged the development of other successful series featuring diverse casts, such as Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Family Matters, and Black-ish. Moreover, The Cosby Show inspired numerous subsequent works, both directly and indirectly. For instance, it influenced the creation of the spin-off series A Different World, which focused on the college experiences of Denise Huxtable and her friends. The Cosby Show also had an impact on comedy as a whole, with its memorable characters, engaging storylines, and signature humor. It can be seen as a forerunner to modern sitcoms that tackle important social issues while maintaining a lighthearted tone. In summary, The Cosby Show left an indelible mark on television history, shattering barriers and expanding the representation of African American families. Its influence on future filmmaking and inspired works continues to resonate today as media strives to reflect a more diverse and inclusive world. In the popular 1980s television show, The Cosby Show, Rudy's friend Kenny frequently mentioned his brother, but viewers never got to see him. Interestingly, Cheryl Lee Ralph was one of the finalists considered for the role of Clair. Off-screen, Bill Cosby, who played the show's patriarch, once lived in a Manhattan townhouse, just opposite the mansion of Jeffrey Epstein's palatial home on New York's Upper East Side. Cosby bought the property for a reported $62 million in 1987.
What do you mean you guess? Aren't you paying attention?
Sure, man. We're paying attention. Everyone got a fair shot.
Yeah, right. I mean, hey, we picked the right guy. Right, guy?
The Cosby Show, which first aired in 1984, featured a character named Theo who had dyslexia, similar to Bill Cosby's son, Denise Cosby. The show's patriarch, Cliff Huxtable, was once voted the greatest television dad of all time in a 2014 TV Guide poll, before the allegations of sexual assault against Bill Cosby and his subsequent rape conviction in 2010. Two cast members, Keshia Pulliam and Alan Payne, who played Rudy Huxtable, and Lance Rodriguez on The Cosby Show, respectively, later starred in House of Pain, which premiered in 2006. Their appearances on both shows demonstrate the lasting impact of The Cosby Show and the enduring careers of its cast members. Wallace Shawn, known for his role in The Cosby Show, comes from a lineage of editorial excellence, with his father being William Shawn, the editor of the New Yorker magazine from 1952 to 1987. The show's main characters, Cliff, Clair, and Russell, share an alma mater in the fictional Hillman College in Virginia. Although Cliff's medical school is never explicitly named, evidence suggests it could be Temple University School of Medicine, where Bill Cosby earned his bachelor's degree in 1971. The Simpsons character, Dr. Hibbert, is inspired by Cosby's persona. These connections add depth to the series, showcasing the interconnectedness of the entertainment industry and the real world.
To watch in the first place. You know, guys, they're dumb. If I were Denny, I would come over.
Phylicia Rashad, known for her role in The Cosby Show, holds a significant place in the American Theater Hall of Fame. Her on-screen children, Pam, Theo, and Vanessa, were portrayed by Erika Alexander, Malcolm-Jamal Warner, and Tempestt Bledsoe, respectively, with Alexander being the oldest among them. Interestingly, Rashad's co-star, Bill Cosby, shares a distant relation with both Tom Hanks and Abraham Lincoln. Camille Cosby, Cosby's wife, is a distant relative of Tom Hanks, and both share a common lineage with Abraham Lincoln through Lincoln's mother, Nancy Hanks. This fascinating connection between the cast members adds another layer to the history of The Cosby Show.
I never realized what a full program you have here. I'm impressed.
Well, thank you.
In the casting process for the role of Rudy on The Cosby Show, J.Lo White, who later became famous for his role as Steve Urkel in Family Matters, was a top contender. Interestingly, one of White's earliest TV appearances was in a Jell-O pudding commercial with Bill Cosby. The exterior shots of the Huxtable's home were filmed in Manhattan's Greenwich Village at 10 St. Luke's Place, even though the show's setting is in Brooklyn. This discrepancy between the show's setting and filming location is a common practice in the television industry. Olivia, a character introduced in the later seasons of The Cosby Show, received criticism from audiences and TV critics alike. The website Jump the Shark ranked Olivia as the third worst new character in television history. Despite the character's poor reception, The Cosby Show remains a beloved and influential sitcom in television history.
On with your life. Now, did you happen to think...
Malcolm-Jamal Warner, in his role for The Cosby Show, used his 6th grade school picture as his headshot. This choice showcases the young actor's authenticity and confidence. The character Martin, played by Joseph C. Phillips, had a notable relationship with his in-laws. Initially, he referred to them as Dr. and Mistress Huxtable, but this changed in the series' final season. It wasn't until the 8th season that Martin began calling them Mom and Dad, reflecting a deeper level of comfort and connection. The Cosby Show's series finale, titled And So We Commence, aired during the 1992 LA riots. The episode concludes with a powerful message from Bill Cosby, urging an end to violence in the streets, adding a poignant and relevant layer to the show's final moments. In the beginning, Sondra, the eldest Huxtable daughter, was added to the pilot of The Cosby Show as an afterthought. The producers initially considered both Sabrina LaBeouf and Whitney Houston for the role, but LaBeouf was too old, and Houston declined the offer to pursue her singing career. As a result, LaBeouf was cast as Sondra. Anna and Russell were the names of Heathcliff Huxtable's mother and Bill Cosby's father, respectively. Bill Cosby's younger brother also shared the name Russell. In 2013, Bill Cosby released Bill Cosby Far From Finished, his first televised concert specifically produced to accommodate commercials. This marked a significant shift in Cosby's career, as he had previously been known for his stand-up comedy specials without commercial interruptions.
Focus, Theo. Focus.
Yeah, right. Priorities.
Yes.
Man, with all this sacrifice, I better make the...
The Cosby Show, a sitcom that aired from 1984, faced skepticism about its chances for success, particularly since it was up against Magnum P.I. on Thursday nights. However, it eventually became the #1 show on air, even surpassing Magnum P.I. and the Golden Girls. One notable episode featured Cliff wearing a Magnum baseball cap, showcasing the friendly rivalry between the two shows. In earlier episodes, Theo, one of the main characters, was fixated on buying an expensive shirt by a designer named Gordon Gartrell. Interestingly, Gordon Gartrell was a producer for the show during its final seasons. In 1997, Bill Cosby's son, Ennis, was tragically killed, prompting the National Enquirer to offer a $100,000 reward for information leading to the capture of his killer. This unfortunate event occurred well after The Cosby Show had ended, but it still had an impact on Bill Cosby's life and career.
I don't know anyone like that.
Phylicia Rashad, known for her role as Clair Huxtable in The Cosby Show, received a surprise marriage proposal from Ahmad Rashad during a live NFL broadcast in 1984. The proposal took place shortly after she had appeared on NBC's Macy's Thanksgiving Day telecast. O.J. Simpson served as best man, and Bill Cosby walked her down the aisle at their 1985 wedding. In the series, Rashad's character's son-in-law, Elvin, referred to his in-laws as Mom and Dad instead of using their first names or professional titles. Regarding Bill Cosby, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences expelled him from its membership ranks in May 2018, following allegations of misconduct.
I saw that. Don't be rolling your eyes at me. I'm not the one whose thighs got a mind of their own looking like...
The Cosby Show, a popular television series from the 1980s, had some interesting facts associated with it. Claire's maiden name, Hanks, is significant as it is the same as Bill Cosby's real-life wife, Camilo Cosby's maiden name. During the show's 8-year run, Bill Cosby chose not to submit himself for Emmy Award consideration. The Cosby Show's opening sequence featured dancing, which began in the second season. The dance sequence added a unique touch to the show's intro, making it more engaging and lively. The show's focus on family values and humor resonated with audiences, making it one of the most popular television series of the 1980s. Despite not participating in Emmy Award consideration, The Cosby Show left an indelible mark on television history. The theme song of The Cosby Show, Kiss Me, was originally recorded by Bill Cosby himself for his album At Last. Bill Cosby Really Sings. During the show's early years, its youngest character, Rudy, was a major draw for young viewers who often referred to the series as The Rudy Show. Bill Cosby's portrayal of Cliff Huxtable earned him the top spot in TV Guide's list of the 50 greatest TV dads of all time in 24. His character's warmth and humor resonated with audiences, making The Cosby Show a beloved part of television history.
Don't forget, take it.
Malcolm-Jamal Warner, who played Theo on The Cosby Show, described his relationship with Bill Cosby as positive. However, a communications professor at UMass Amherst, Sut Jolly, received criticism from Cosby regarding Jolly's book, Enlightened Racism, The Cosby Show, Audiences, and the Myth of the American Dream. Jolly had received a donation of $16,000 from Cosby in the mid-1990s to study the show's popularity with both white and black viewers. Jolly insists that Cosby's donation did not influence the study's results. Marcy Carsey, one of the creators of The Cosby Show, spoke about the sexual assault allegations against Cosby, stating that the man they worked with was kind-hearted and collaborative. She expressed shock and disappointment upon hearing about the allegations.
Rudy, come here. Becca wanted to say goodnight.
Well, good night.
During the fourth season of The Cosby Show, the theme song was performed by Bobby McFerrin, who later gained fame for his hit song Don't Worry, Be Happy. Bill Cosby, the show star, faced a criminal charge of aggravated indecent assault in 2015. This charge resulted from an investigation into an alleged sexual assault incident involving Andrea Constand, an employee at Temple University between 2001 and 2004. In an interesting turn of events, Malcolm-Jamal Warner, the actor who played Theo Huxtable, failed his initial audition. When reading a scene with Bill Cosby, Cosby felt that Warner spoke disrespectfully. However, when Warner revealed that he didn't talk to his father that way, Cosby gave him a second chance, which led to his successful casting on the show.
Flew away and got bugs and gave them to our babies.
Well, we should keep an eye on them.
Yeah, if the mother doesn't come back.
In The Cosby Show, Denise has a fondness for tulips, a simple flower that brings her joy. The show's strict discipline is evident in how Bill Cosby insisted that Olivia refer to her new step-grandparents as Dr. and Mistress Huxtable rather than using the informal titles of Grandma and Grandpa. However, Bill Cosby's personal life has been marred by controversy, with many of his awards and honorary degrees rescinded following sexual assault charges and a conviction. The tulip, once a symbol of Denise's character, now serves as a reminder of the complex and often disappointing nature of fame and public perception.
just going to do whatever, and you and Justine are going to go.
In the creation of The Cosby Show, there were unexpected changes, such as the character of Rudy being originally intended as a son, but ultimately being portrayed by a girl when a suitable boy couldn't be found. The show became well known for its portrayal of an affluent African-American family. However, the show's star, Bill Cosby, has been accused of sexual assault by over 24 women, including Janice Dickinson. In 2005, Cosby admitted to giving prescription quaaludes to women he wanted to have sex with during a civil lawsuit filed by Andrea Constand. Despite these allegations, Cosby has never been criminally charged and has denied any wrongdoing. In addition, Malcolm-Jamal Warner, who played Theo on the show, is connected to the McGee and Warner families. He is the maternal grandson of James and Thelma McGee and paternal grandson of Alpha Kate Warner. Overall, The Cosby Show was a groundbreaking television series that faced unexpected changes during its production and has been surrounded by controversy in recent years.
Because all Old Yeller did was he just barked. He just said, oh, but Mrs. Old Yeller.
Do you have fond memories of watching The Cosby Show in 1984? We'd love to hear about your experiences and how this classic TV series impacted you personally. Share your stories with us and engage with other viewers by liking, sharing, and subscribing for more cinematic explorations. The Cosby Show holds a special place in television history, and we're eager to learn how it influenced your perspective on cinema. Whether you were touched by the warmth of the Huxtable family, inspired by the show's positive portrayal of African American culture, or simply enjoyed the humor and wit of Bill Cosby's character, we want to hear from you. By sharing your memories and engaging with our community, you can help keep the legacy of The Cosby Show alive. So don't be shy, reach out and connect with us today.
And love me anyway, because I'm your son.